Greetings, Benjamin J from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, I got a new arrival from eBay. I was going to do an unboxing video, but for this, I didn't think it was worth it. I found this on eBay a couple days ago. A Marx 400, as you see, just absolutely beat to death. And its motor, which is just absolutely covered in rust and verdigris. As you see, this green oxide, which this forms on brass and copper, and it's called verdigris. It's actually highly toxic. Anyway, as you can see from the condition of the wheels and the push rods and the overall condition of the motor itself, it's been stored someplace wet, very likely in a basement. As you can see, it is absolutely covered in rust, and the pot metal is fuzzy. That's a sure sign of intergranular degeneration. So anyway, the question is, will it run? I'm going to put it on the rail and find out right now. Grab the camera off the tripod. Now obviously this thing has not been run in years. Apply some power to it and look at that. No way. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. What does this tell you about Marx locomotives? That doesn't seem possible. As you can see, this locomotive is just absolutely trashed. This motor is just eaten alive with rust. Now, I've done nothing to this except put 2 drops of oil on it. I put 1 drop of oil on the bearing for the armature, and I put 1 drop of oil on the output shaft for the motor. I have done nothing else to this. I just pulled this out of the box. Absolutely unbelievable that this motor is actually running. And appears to be running just absolutely perfectly. Well, that being a relative term, of course. Ah, there we go. So what I've got to do is get all this verdigris and oxide off of the pickup and clean the wheels. Other than that, I'll bet you this is in absolutely perfect running condition. As you can see, the E unit is working, light bulb's out. Now that is just absolutely amazing. Now the point of this, of course, is I always stress, don't overlook the junk. This locomotive was $6 on eBay. I bought it just for the parts. You can have these things pulled apart and cleaned up in just a matter of a few minutes. And if I used it for parts, I'd just pull the wheels off, of course, clean the push rods, snag the brush plate, the armature, the frame itself, crossbar, push rods, wheels, E-unit. But in this case, it is actually running. That is just absolutely incredible. Like I said, this says a lot for Marx Motors. Absolutely unbelievable. So once I get the contact cleaned up and get the wheels, all the oxide off the wheels, I have no doubt this is going to run just absolutely perfectly. $6 on eBay. I bought it just for parts. And as you see, the shell itself is just absolutely trashed. It looks like someone tried to modify it to put a Lionel motor in it. That's what I'm guessing. Anyway, I saw it on eBay, $6. Bought it for the parts. The armature out of this thing cost $12. Side plate, usually $10, $12. The wheels, the E-unit, various and sundry parts, the gearing itself. So these things are worth a lot more in parts than they are actually as a running motor. But in this case, I bought it for $6, used it for parts, and it's up and running. It's just absolutely amazing. So obviously once I get the contactor cleaned off and get the wheels cleaned, get the oxide off the wheels, this is going to run absolutely perfectly. If it's running this well now. So I would imagine it's just a matter now of getting the oxide off the wheels. That's what it looks like. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on this. Absolutely amazing that this motor is actually running. And as you can see, this thing is just trashed. You know, and it just reinforces everything I say. Don't overlook the junk. $6 instead of using this as parts, a few minutes of cleanup, and you can actually put this into a locomotive. Can you get the push rod silver again? Very likely. Soak this with oil, use a straight edge razor blade or a single edge razor blade, scrape it. And if nothing else, you can use it for parts. It was cheap enough. But I always make it a point, if I buy a motor, before I tear it apart, I always try to see at least if I can get it to run. And in this case, I didn't have to do anything to it at all, except a couple of drops of oil and move it on the track a few feet. And this is running just perfectly. Like I said, that being a relative term. Once you get the oxide off this, it's going to run splendidly. I have absolutely no doubt about that. Anyway, rather incredible. So I just wanted to do a quick video. Don't overlook the junk. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.